welcome to Lety Does Ant-Man and the Wasp official trailer reaction. Alright, so I've just gone to see Infinity War and I don't know, feeling this right after just kind of leaves me with so many questions as to what this movie's gonna be about, because you know what, I'll save all that for after I watch this trailer, but basically, with everything that I want to say, there are some things I'm going to be looking for. So anyway, one of the first things that I'm going to be looking for is what Scott Lang has been up to since we last saw him. This is more difficult now that I have other questions. And has he been still working for Hank, and has he been getting better at being Ant-Man, or is he just taking a break from that life after he had to help Captain America? So the second thing that I'm going to be looking for is what happened to those guys that Scott was hanging out with. I mean, they didn't have jobs before, and helping Scott kind of set them on a path to want to do more hero stuff, I think, so. What happened to them? Did they get new jobs? Did they get unemployment? Can you not? And the last thing I'm going to be looking for, which is going to be something I hope to see until the credits roll for this movie when it actually comes out, is Janet Van Dyne. Because I love Janet Van Dyne, and I think she's super awesome. And if we don't see her, even for a little bit in this movie, I'm gonna be rather upset. Because now we know that she's just like floating in another dimension, and maybe they could bring her back. But if they don't, that's just a bad decision on them. But other than that, that's basically all I'm looking for, so let's get started.
You've been Ant-Man again.
Not long. It just sort of happened.
How long have you been Ant-Man again?
Like you.
She said. So he did take a break for a while.
Maybe you just need someone.
Is he gonna use that truck as a like skateboard or something? That'd be cool.
Like a partner.
Also, from what I've seen from her fighting skills so far, she's obviously like way better than him. Oh shit. So these guys know about all that?
Who would have believed that in your hour of need, you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember? That's us.
Oh yeah, they said that they were gonna start their own security agency, right? In the last movie? I didn't think they'd actually do it though.
She seems more intense.
Anthony! They kept Anthony! Oh, where you go? She doesn't care anymore.
You go low, I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
Yeah, with that in consideration, like, seeing how much better she is at fighting with the wings, why doesn't he have wings? Also, that was really awesome. We saw Ghost move through everything, and oh, that's so cool.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet. You?
He's Goliath?
65.
Yeah, that is more than 65 feet.
If you two are finished comparing sizes.
65.
He's just holding back? Okay. It just ended. Alright, so Hobo, please. Please. Leave little OG alone, man. What did she do to you? Okay? God's already done enough to her. You see how ugly she is? Alright, so as I was saying, this trailer looks really good, and in the last one, I was hoping to see where like all this romantic comedy would come in, and from the last one I wasn't really feeling it, and I can kind of see it in this one. But I feel like a good portion of this movie is also going to be like Hope showing off how much better she is at being Ant-Man and at using the Pym particles than Scott. So that's gonna be pretty interesting to see just like her constantly making fun of him, because we know that she feels he's inadequate to be Ant-Man and that she's so much better. But it seems like she's kind of gotten over that initial hate and just decided to make it so that she can rub it in his face as much as possible. So, you know, that'll be their dynamic. And that's okay. Another thing that I kind of picked up from the trailer, and I'm not sure if anyone else did either, just because it's not really related, is that Hank Pym might die. I don't know why, but he wasn't in a terrible, like, amount of scenes, and then I'm not sure storyline-wise where everything fits, or if he gets, like, severely injured or something, but he's not. I mean, after Hope becomes the Wasp, and after the two of them are kind of the little fighting duo, there isn't much point to him anymore. Because even his tech is either hidden, stolen, or presumed destroyed. So, I don't know. I have the feeling he's gonna die in this one, and that we're not going to see Hank Pym anymore. And that that's gonna be like a big thing that kind of drives Hope and Scott into action. I also thought it was really cool that we kind of saw like hopping through the dimensions, or that they're gonna go into it or something. It looked like there was a spaceship going into the other dimension, and maybe they're looking for Janet, and that'd be pretty awesome to see. So, man, all these like dimensions that were being shown throughout the cinematic universe is just so awesome. So, definitely looking forward to that. And seeing just like how Ghost works. I loved seeing her phase through things. That was really cool. So she's a formidable foe, I think. And of course, Laurence Fishburne is going to be Goliath, and that's awesome. It looks like he's retired right now, but it'd be so cool to see like maybe a flashback or something, or anything, like to see him in action. Maybe he has to come back as Goliath. That'd be cool. But if he gets into the hero game again, you know, Robo Thor might come and kill him. Comics are weird. Anyway, now on to my rant, which I was saving up for to the end after I saw the trailer. Here's the thing. I don't know how many of you have seen Infinity War. But first of all, it's an amazing movie, and you should definitely go see it if you haven't. Second of all, spoilers, lots of bad shit happens. And Scott wasn't in it. And Hope wasn't in it. And they were not in it. And a reason that I bring that up, and the reason that I'm so upset about it now, is that I know this takes place before Civil War, but Scott's help really would have been appreciated in the war against Thanos. I feel like he could have done something, you know? Because there's the Pym particles, and they now have access to a whole nother dimension. Obviously, if Giant Man was to get tech from someone else, or, you know, if Vision could do something with Giant Man, or if they can have someone else with such a great amount of strength on their team, maybe things would have turned out different. I don't want to say too many spoilers, but yeah. Where the fuck were you, Hank? And Scott and Hope? Like, were you guys just doing something else? So I really hope that they explain just why the fuck Scott decided not to help with the war that was going on against Thanos. Because even Black Panther showed up, and he lives in Wakanda, so the distance of the fight was definitely not the issue. So did Scott just make, you know, an executive decision for him and his, like, entire family to just not do anything, even though they have, like, all this awesome tech, and just wait for Thanos to destroy the world? Lots of weird shit was happening all around the world, and maybe Scott could have done something. And if by chance he didn't watch the news that day, he didn't hear all the screaming, maybe it just didn't reach him. Captain America trusted Bucky to enter that fight. Bucky! Robot arm Bucky, who can shoot stuff, and that's basically his power. But he didn't once consider Scott Lang, especially since they said that they needed all the help that they can get. Scott Lang, as Ant-Man, who can, like, get so tiny that maybe he can, like, get inside of Thanos' gauntlet and bounce it off or something, or Giant Man to, like, hold Thanos, or literally anything. Nobody considered, let's get the guy who has control over his own body mass and a slight portion of, you know, his really, like, I'm so frustrated now, because not only does this trailer, and of course watching the movie, show me that he has no reason to not be a part of the fight with Thanos, it shows me that Infinity War really didn't consider that plot possibility. Because this is a guy they introduced. This is a guy that had his own movie. We know what he can do. We've seen his tech. We know that he can upgrade it, and that Hope has the upgraded version with wings and shit. And they didn't once consider that maybe they should get Scott to help them out? That he could be a great asset? Like, ugh. So yeah, I'm gonna stop my ranting now, because not much for me to say other than I'm disappointed, Marvel. I'm very disappointed. And I will stay disappointed until the next Infinity War movie. And in that case, please redeem yourself and give me an explanation as to why the hell Scott Lang was not involved. Maybe he got his legs chopped off at the end of this movie and he really could not help when Thanos was doing stuff that I can't mention. Anyway. So yeah. Let me know what you guys thought of this trailer. What your thoughts of Infinity War are, because if you have any explanation as to why he wasn't in it and how it could have gone differently, then please let me know, because right now I'm just mostly upset and disappointed. And get out there, do all the stuff. I will see you next time. Bye!
Chubby hobo. Oh.
Chubby hobo. Chubby hobo.